Hello, this is the Timeless Tarot, and today's reading is a general reading for the sign of Virgo. I've laid out a spread, so let's go straight to the bottom of the deck, and we have got, ooh, very nice, Four of Wands. This is a celebration, or it can be a twin flame card. So if you're in some sort of twin flame connection, this could be very relevant, but if not, it could be that you're going to have something to celebrate. This reading will last for the next 4 to 6 weeks. I just want to take this 2 cards to go with it. Okay, right. We have now got the Queen of Pentacles, which is the card of knowing your own worth. It's also Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn card. So if you are a feminine watching, this is your card. This would be you in your best energy. So that's good. What we also have with it is the Five of Cups. This is the card of feeling like the joy has gone from your life, which is sad. But there's always hope in the background. The 3 Cups have been kicked over in the foreground. The 3 of Cups is the card of joy and happiness. But the 2 of Cups are still stood up in the background, which is the card of true partnership. So it could be that you're feeling like you are missing some joy this month or for the next 4 to 6 weeks. But that doesn't really fit in with this card of celebration. So I'm going to have to read it 2 ways. If you are in a twin flame situation, it could be that you are in separation, you're not with your twin flame, but potentially that could be coming back around. If you are not in a twin flame connection or you're not interested in that, then it could be saying that the joy that you are currently feeling is lacking is soon to be coming in with some sort of celebration, which is great news. In any case, whether you're masculine or feminine, whether you're in a twin flame relationship or not, the energy is positive and it is right for you, because we have this card of knowing your own worth, which is also the Virgo feminine card. To me, this is the closest feminine to being the Empress in the deck. So if things are feeling a little bit gloomy, take heart from the fact that you are in your best energy, and things are going to turn around pretty quickly, I think, and to the point where you're going to have something to celebrate, because this is the card of celebration. Okay, good. Right, at the centre of the reading, we have got the 4 of Coins. This is clinging on tightly to things that either don't suit you or serve you, or clinging on to things that you don't want to part with. This feels quite financial to me. And what is crossing the 4 of Pentacles is death. A big sweeping change is trying to come in, but there is some sort of resistance to it currently. In fact, it could be the other way around. The sweeping change is not being able to be brought in. It can also be the card of pride. Death is a big sweeping change. Now, that means that the big sweeping change is preventing you from releasing things that no longer serve you, perhaps. But to me, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I wonder if it's the other way around, that releasing what no longer serves you is going to bring in a big sweeping change. Or something fairly major is going to happen, which means that you will end up releasing things that no longer serve you, because a big change has happened to you. It's either way. It could be either way. Death is very, very rarely anything to do with death. It's nearly always an inevitable change that is coming in. So this does feel a bit financial, like there is some sort of sticking point to do with finances that needs to change. Okay, well, that is going to happen, I think. And don't forget, we've got the card of celebration over here. What's crowning the situation is the 8 of Cups. This is quietly leaving. It's sort of looking for what is missing in your life. It's quietly retreating in a way. That's what I normally say, but today this card is feeling like you might be searching for something. Searching for this missing cup here. It feels like you're searching for something that you're owed. I don't know that searching is necessarily the right word for a lot of you. Trying to reach a goal, or you're trying to reach a prize, something like that. It's a bit like in a fairground where you're trying to throw a ball through a hoop or something. It feels like you're trying to attain something that you currently don't have, but you should have, that you've nearly got. It feels like the change is coming soon, but possibly not soon enough for you, because this is feeling like you are fed up, actually. Fed up with some sort of energy that is not providing you with where you should be by now. Yeah, that's what that feels like. And so you're striving to reach out for this thing, where it's either money or maybe property or a job or possibly even love situation. Could be any of those things. Something that you feel like you should have by now that you don't have. You are searching for, seeking for, reaching for in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Well, that seems quite positive to me. I mean, the fact that you haven't got it yet is not positive, but the fact that you are doing everything you can to attain it is very positive. Let's take another card to go with it. Yeah, you've reached the end with something. It's quite interesting. 10 of Swords, this feels very dramatic. The 8 of Cups is not dramatic. It's quietly going on your way. The 10 of Swords looks very dramatic, but it isn't really. It's just talking about the fact that you have reached the end. It's like flogging a dead horse is what it feels like. No more juice to squeeze is what I want to say. It does feel financial. You've reached the end with some sort of financial situation that is making you want to retreat, but still try and achieve what it is you want. The 10 of Swords is also hopeful. There is hope in the background. I'm not feeling like this is without hope at all, because we have this celebration card here. And at the outcome, actually, I'll go straight there in case you're feeling a bit put off. We have the card of victory. So don't be put off by the fact that something is not quite right for you at the moment. It is going to resolve. In the underneath position, we have the 3 of Pentacles. This is a 3-year card. It is also a card of planning and diligent strategizing, really. Putting things in place. It's also in the hidden position. So if you've been planning something, I feel like you've been planning to achieve something that you have not managed to achieve yet, and yet it's hidden from other people. Possibly other people don't know about this. What's flanking it, though, is 2 Queens, which is quite powerful if you're a feminine Virgo this month. We have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Action and Intuition. We have the Queen of Swords. This is the Queen of Clear Thinking. And don't forget, we already have the Queen of Pentacles. So all your feminine skills are coming to the fore this month. It feels like you're going to have to put all of your energy into this plan that you have been trying to pull off over the last 3 or possibly 4 years. Because, of course, now what I'm realising is this is also a 4-year card. So it could be that you've been trying to achieve something for the last 3 or 4 years that still is not really within your grasp just yet. I think this month it is going to come into your grasp, and I think you're going to start coming out of, well, it's a bit like you're coming out into the daylight, really. It feels a bit like you've been going through some sort of terrible, murky energy where you don't feel like you've been making much headway. But in the next 4 to 6 weeks, things are going to improve drastically. It's partly due to the fact that you are in your best energy. And that is down to the fact that you are in the right. So whatever this situation is that's been going on, that's been difficult, you are in the right. There's no question of that in my mind. And you have all the skills necessary to achieve the excellent outcome that you want, that you deserve, and that you're owed. Yeah, this is something to do with being owed something. You're being owed. It's going to work out. In the past, we had the 7 of Wands. This is the card of resistance. Maybe in the past you didn't want to go down this route. Perhaps you were hoping things would work out without having to actually take much action. And that has left you now in a situation where you have to take all the action. And it's quite draining. It's quite tiring. It's been going on for 3 or 4 years. And quite frankly, you want it over. Yeah, well, I can really sense that. This thing needs to be finished. Yeah, absolutely it does need to be finished. Well, what's in the future position, and I'm very intrigued by this, we have the Hermit, which is also the Virgo card in the future position. So I wonder if what this is saying is that whatever difficult thing you've been having to deal with that should be sorted out by now, that you are owed, I wonder if you are going to achieve a good outcome and a happy result and victory. I wonder if you're going to achieve that around about your birth month, around about September. That's what that feels like to me. So the Hermit card is Virgo, but it's also September. So I feel like you might be making quite a big leap forward this month, but I think you've still got maybe, well, I said 4 to 6 weeks, didn't I? So that might take us just about to September. So I think by the time you get into your actual Virgo energy, which is around about the 20th of August, I think. So this reading could span till then. I think things are going to start coming clearer, and I think you're going to recognise and achieve what it is you've wanted. Because the Hermit card is the card of gaining enlightenment on your own, really. You've been having to work things out on your own. You've been having to, it feels like wade through treacle, plod on. It feels like you've been plodding on for the last 3 or 4 years in some area of your life that has presented a big problem that should have been sorted by now, to do with something that you are owed. And I think that is going to be coming around in about the time of Virgo. Great. The enlightenment is here. It probably feels to you like you've not made any headway yet. I'm pretty sure of that, because don't forget, this was the first card we looked at, was the feeling that there was no joy and happiness currently. I think in a personal way, I think you can be joyful and happy, but there is this big problem that needs to go away, needs to be resolved. And I believe that that is what you're going to start achieving in the next 4 to 6 weeks, which is brilliant. Great. Really, I'm really pleased with that. In the personal position, we have Knight of Wands. This is a youngish fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is the knight that's on a quest. You want to get this thing moving. You badly want to move this thing on. We've got this card of movement. We've got this card of movement. We've got reaching the end. We've got moving forward on your own and gaining enlightenment. And we've got sweeping change, which has not come in yet. And this is what this is talking about. You want to hasten this in. And in a personal way, you're feeling impatient and you are in a bit of a hurry. Don't worry about that. Try not to worry about that, because things are going to move forward and then your energy will lift again. In the home position, we have a Page of Cups. This can be a child, it can be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio child, it can be a letter, an apology or a love letter in the home position. That's interesting. Let's take a clarifier for the Page of Cups. I'm not quite sure what that could be relating to. Oh, well, we've got 2 that have turned over here. 7 of Pentacles, waiting for things to come good. Knight of Swords, a fight. It can be a battle. So I think this is talking about what you're owed at home, to be honest. What you deserve. This feels like what you deserve. Unless you're in a new love situation, in which case this could be a love letter. It could also be an apology. So if you're going through this difficult time, it could be that potentially you might be receiving an apology. But to me, that doesn't feel terrifically likely. I think it's far more likely that what it is you are owed, the cup of happiness that you want to feel at home, is going to be returning to you eventually after a bit more of a fight, is what it feels like. The Knight of Swords is an air sign knight, younger, masculine, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, but it can also be a fight. And bearing in mind that it feels like you are really fed up with a certain situation, probably to do with money and or love, I think this is talking about the battle that you are going to have to continue with over the next 4 to 6 weeks. But I'm hopeful not much longer after that. In the hopes and fears position, we've got confusion. Well, I'm not surprised. You're desperate to get this thing finished. If it's been going on for 3 or 4 years, you need to have it ending. And the confusion here is talking about the fact that why haven't you reached the end? What is it you need to do? Well, there was something else I could say here. The Queen of Swords is sometimes a lawyer. So if you've been going through something legal, then I think the confusion is it's not clear enough to you what your legal advice is, perhaps. Let's take a clarifier. It feels like you just don't know which way to turn almost. But that isn't quite true, because you do have this card of gaining enlightenment in a personal way yourself in the future. So somebody may be helping you. It could just be that you're fearing you're never going to get to the end of it, or that you're not going to achieve what you wanted to by the end of it. Perhaps that feels quite fearful, that although the end is nigh, is it going to actually deliver you what you want? It's a card of uncertainty, actually, the Seven of Cups here, rather than confusion. Something awful has been hanging over you. Right. Okay, good. A hope and a fear. So fearing that you're not going to reach the end, or you're not going to achieve what you needed to. Hoping for more financial independence and being absolutely fine on your own. So these are like two sides of the same coin, really. You're fearing that this is never going to work out for you. And I can see why. It just does not feel like you've made much headway. But I think something's going to shift fairly soon, and things are going to move forward pretty swiftly during the next 4 to 6 weeks, which will leave you in a much better financial position. Something to do with independent finance. Being fine on your own, it's being comfortable, it's being happy. It feels to me like you're fearing that the outcome is not going to be what you need. You're hoping it is. You're hoping for a good outcome that's going to leave you financially supported. And I think that's what's going to happen, because at the outcome, we have a 2-year card, a card of fighting, and ultimately victory. So let's read these 3 together. The Two of Pentacles, it can be a 2-year card. It feels like things have been difficult for at least 2 years, but then maybe things have been changing for 3 or 4 years, because we've got the 3 and 4 of Pentacles out already. I think the last 2 years have been particularly difficult regarding this situation that you're trying to resolve, and you've been weighing up how to do it. I don't think you feel like you've made much progress. It's been feeling like a monumental battle, actually. But great news, after the battle, there is victory. And this is literally at your outcome. So whatever has been really difficult for the last 2 years, whatever has kept you held in check, has made you feel like you can't be happy, or you've got something in the background which is just sort of bringing you down all the time, something that needs resolving, something that you've been having to work out largely on your own, I think. Well, we have victory. So whatever this difficult situation is that has been hard, that has involved other people being difficult, I think, you are going to be victorious. Wow. Well, I'm so pleased, and I could not be happier for you. At the bottom of the deck now, we have the Fool. This is a careless or a carefree energy. This is going on your merry way without a care in the world. And that is going to be the outcome, I think, for you. I think things are going to start shifting in the next 4 to 6 weeks. When you get into Virgo season, if things have not shifted much, they certainly will then. I think ultimately you're going to be victorious, and you're going to be able to leave the situation behind you in the past and never ever have to look back to it. Just leave it behind you and step out financially supported into the rest of the world without a care. Well, I really hope so. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like and subscribe so that I can read your energy more easily, which will help me to do more accurate readings for you and your situation in the future. And if you would like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. But until the next time, this has been the Timeless Tarot. Goodbye.